Hello, so this is how you put together and make one of our lovely book boxes. So this is it covered, and this is how you cover the living spine also. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Putting it together is very easy. It comes in 4 parts. The 2 end parts, the round edge faces that living spine. And then it slots into the end here, this long piece, and then the other side faces, the round edge faces the living spine. So it's really easy to put together, and I put it together using the grab and go glue, but any good strong acrylic based glue will do. And then I'm going to give it a wipe over with some gesso, and I find the easiest way to do this is just to use a bit of a kitchen sponge, and I'm going to use our white gesso. So a little bit of kitchen sponge, a little bit of the gesso, and I'm just going to wipe that all over, and then that way it's so much easier and quicker to do than using your normal paintbrush. So we always do this because it basically gives you a nice finish. Also, you want the white to shine through the rice paper, because then it'll show up the true colours of the rice paper that I'm going to put on. Now, over the living spine, you just have to put a small amount of gesso on there. Try not to clog up any of those areas like this that I've done. Try and move that around so that it doesn't actually clog those areas. And then I'm just going to wipe that over all those edges there. I probably will do the inside as well, but not on this demonstration. But I will put some on the edges here. So just wipe that round. The other reason why we always put gesso on is that this MDF, normal MDF, gives off a smell when you heat it, which is not very good. But this is Medite, so we actually buy Medite because it's a lot more eco-friendly. It's a lot safer. It doesn't have the same chemicals in that normal MDF has in. So there we go, that'll do. Just a really thin coat, and that's absolutely fine. So put that to one side. I don't need my gloves on now. I'm going to just give that a blast with the heat gun. Lovely. Now to cover this, I've chosen this one, and so you want it to be able to fit when you wrap it round completely, which is great. Okay, so you can cut it to size and do it that way, or you can stick it on with your slap it on, and then when it's dry you can actually tidy up all the edges by sanding them. So I'm going to do that because it looks a little bit neater. Okay, so I don't really need to cut it down any further. What I've done is I've taken off the white edges there, but I'm just going to place it on like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my slap it on. So I'm using slap it on gloss for this, but you can use matte. This is like a matte side to it. Just hope I've got enough in here. I might have to use the matte just to see. There we go. So let me just move this out of the way. I need a nice wide brush to pop this on with, and I'm going to slap it on all over this rice paper. And I'm also going to put it on the other layer, which is this, which is my book box. So I'm going to put it on the front. I'm actually going to leave out the living spine because there will be plenty on there to make it stick, and then I'm going to put it on the other side. So I always find that putting it on both edges, both sides, is the best you can do for this. And then what I'm going to do is just layer this on. Let's have this coming about there. Yeah, that's good. And just smoothing that out, and then we just smooth it over that living spine. And it's important that you do this when it's closed, because then you'll be able to open and close it quite nicely. And I'm doing this on a silicone mat or craft mat because you don't want it to stick to the table whilst you're doing this, because it will. Okay, and then I'm going to just put another layer of Slap It On over there. Now, because I do this because it stretches the fibres of the paper so that you don't easily get wrinkles. If you do get wrinkles, they will dry out. You know, they will straighten out when you've when it's all dry. Okay, so make sure you put that brush in water, just a nice easy clean up, that is just normal water, doesn't have to be warm, doesn't have to have any detergent in it, and then I just leave that to dry. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just blast it with a heat gun. Okay, so it's dry-ish. Yeah, it could be a little bit dry, but let's see whether I can actually just take the edges off. So this is a little tool that I've got, but I would normally use a bit of sandpaper, so you can use either or. And this will take off the paper nice and cleanly and give you a good clean edge. So if you haven't got any of those, maybe you've got a nail file, an emery board, or as I say, you could use this. It's a little bit wet, but see how you get that really nice edge to it. It's much easier than trying to cut it. And the final one, which I think is a bit, oh, that's a little bit, it's a little bit wet, that. that's lovely. And you see the white gesso shines through, so all the areas where it's white, you get a nice white base, and it makes the colours really zing. If you want it to tone with the paper, I've actually painted this this green colour, so you get this lovely sort of green look to it as well. The same with this one. So it's a lot more muted, and I've just gone around the edges with a little bit more paint as well. And then when you first open it, it will make a nice sort of crackling noise because it's using the living hinge. And this one I've actually painted with a metallic bronze on the inside, but you can put anything you like in there. Also, what's nice is it does actually clip closed with the closure there, but you could also put a faux closure on here, or wrap ribbon around it, or put a little buckle on, and then inside, if you were wanting this as a jewellery case, you could actually put some nice wool felt or velvet in there, but it's great for making a little memory book as well. So let me just show you this one then. So you just open it up and you can see that the living hinge works beautifully, doesn't it? Let me just wipe that up. So all I need to do now is just decorate the edges and just carefully paint those, and then do the inside. So if you like, you could always do this with gilding flake, which would look fabulous, and that would look really, really nice. But I think that looks great. And then if you want to add a little more gloss to it, just put another layer of Slap-It-On gloss. So the Slap-It-On gloss, as you can see, is just a nice sort of satin finish. It's not a high gloss compared with actually this is gloss as well, so you can see that it's got a nice sort of shine to it, but it's not like a glass shine. So there you go, really easy.